just the fact that he's on a, I'm assuming it's a he, is on Skype with 2 of the other members of this team. Yeah, this wasn't good from Teemo. Teemo should have flashed from this bush to the other bush and not inside of one bush. But you should wait for the other, so for your opponent to get into the bush, then flash over to the other bush and then run through your mushroom, and that way he cannot really catch you unless he hits you with his Q. But then you're dead anyway. I mean, it'll reveal you and things like that. So kinda sucks, but then again, Teemo is very hard to play. He's one of the fragile characters in this game, but he also can deal a whole lot of damage. So enemy killing spree, always good. It's always awesome if a Rumble gets fed, because the Rumble does a lot of damage anyway, and now it's even worse. So anyway, we're going to just watch the minions a little bit. So Teemo keeping up with the minions quite well. Karthus, well, he should have been a lot higher because he had middle lane, and you really have to see who was middle lane. And well, Evelynn, quite a high minion score actually for an Evelynn. And Swain I really don't understand. He has 2 abilities with which he can get rid of all of the minions. That's his ultimate, and the Evermore, the big ring where he stuns everything after I think 2 seconds or so. And getting only 9 minion kills, that's kinda sad. Xin Zhao is coming back a little bit, but really not up to it yet. The enemy team, well, Lee Sin is doing okay, but as you can see, a lot lower than the 2 highest on the other team. And then, yeah, for the rest, there's, well, a lot of around 35 to 40, or well, they're all between 30 and 40, which isn't really too high. Especially Teemo, who was mid, must have been harassed quite a lot, but he does have 1 kill and 1 assist, so I cannot imagine that. But okay, we'll see. Teemo, what are you doing, man? You're way too low. Yeah, they get a kill here, but Teemo should have gone home a really long time ago. So we actually have a Soul Stealer on Evelynn here, which, well, it works quite well on Evelynn if you're good with her, if you have a good game. And yeah, otherwise it's kind of a waste of money. I don't know. I don't remember what amount of kills you needed to get to actually make it worth it. I think it's about, or amount of stacks, I should say, because you don't actually have to get kills. You cannot get assists too. But I think it's around 7 or 8, something like that. So Evelynn actually going to oh, only kill 1 minion. And I thought she should take out the whole minion camp. So the smite, although not my favorite on a laning character, it is very good if you don't have an actual jungler and you can go into the jungler every now and then and take out the raid camp or the wolf camp, same thing, because it does give you a lot more gold and XP. Oh, nice kill on Teemo. Should probably get out of there now, because 3 against 4 is not a good deal. And Rammus really, yeah, you cannot attack him. They can go for this guy. Oh, that's a shame. They should have stunned him immediately when he came into turret range. That would have probably killed him. And yeah, this Teemo really stays in at way too low health every time. He doesn't have a lot of health increasing items anyway. You should have more of the Dorn's Blade, or at least some health crystals or something like that, because he's dying way too easily. And once he's at this low health, there's not a whole lot he can do. Why is this Swain not using his ultimate at all? That's really annoying me. Finally pops his ultimate for like 2 seconds and yeah, doesn't even heal up completely. Then again, he does have level 2 boots, but no enhanced mana. Well, 1 mana crystal, but that's not good enough. Swain needs quite a lot of mana to function correctly. And go watch the other Swain game, the one from Hotshot, if you want to see how to actually play Swain. Wow, Evelynn running through a mushroom, but keeping cool and just running out. And again, the card is getting killed on his own. He has been overextending quite a bit. And by now it's 8 to 18, so 8 to 19. So I'm pretty sure I can safely say that they're not going to win here. But they are overextending all of them. And Evelynn is the only one that's keeping to the turrets, trying to defend and trying to pick off the champions that are actually vulnerable. And yeah, that is really important, of course. Teemo doing some jungling, it seems, in the enemy jungle. I don't know why he wants to be in the enemy jungle, because he's not placing any mushrooms, which would be useful, of course. Having some vision in the enemy jungle is always very useful. Oh, now he is placing 2 mushrooms. Someone should pick this up. Well, they are, of course, a little bit scared of the mushrooms from enemy Teemo. Oh, this guy has, yeah, he has, what's it called, oracles. So that's pretty deadly for Evelynn. Yeah, that is pretty deadly. So not a lot you can do against Rammus with oracles. Because you have to take him out. Because as long as someone like that has oracles, Evelynn cannot come anywhere near, because there's no way she can kill him on her own. And yeah, with 4 kills and 12 assists, this Rammus has a lot of items already. Going to be tough. So the one that's most fed, obviously this guy. Rumble having a lot of kills, and well, the amount of minion kills isn't that far off from the enemy team. So it is, I mean, Rumble should have about 100 minion kills if he wants to, so about 90 I guess, if he wants to really keep up with the minion score, but the kills more than make up for that. I mean, having 9 kills compared to the 0 and 1 that these guys have. But it's really more about farming at this point. And as we can see, yeah, the team is pretty much grouped up all the time. Would be good to actually take out the lanes a little bit more, so take out these minions as well. There is a mushroom here, so there's no real well, disadvantage to it. There's no threat of being ganked, because the enemy team seems to do exactly the same thing. So they're grouped up, and no, we're not going to surrender. I actually voted no. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, the dragon still lives. There's no ward on it, so the enemy team might have taken it by now. But it's really one of the important things to do when you're behind like this. If you still want to win, I mean, you can give up, sure. But at this point, they didn't really lose yet. It's just that Swain needs to pick up his game, and Xin Zhao needs to pick up his game, because those are the two that give away all of the kills. And if they just play a little bit safer, and there you go, 2 more. Yeah, they really make it too easy on the enemy team. And now they lose the turrets, because there's no way that anyone can defend against this. And no, Xin Zhao, you wouldn't have lost anyway. It's a pretty evenly matched team. You could do a lot better if someone actually went tank, which is kind of the Swain objective here in this game. He should really go a lot more tanky. And yeah, no, don't go after him. They can see you. Yeah, probably didn't realize there was oracles on this guy, because it doesn't actually show. As you might see the next time he comes into view, the eye that's above the character really doesn't show up, because, well, yeah, they have all these fancy things and it doesn't actually work out. The eye actually is hidden behind the health bar. And yeah, I don't know. I guess they want to make all these fancy things and then they don't work. And yeah. So because Rammus is a very small character, his what's it called? Character model is very small. So yeah, this is because he's a ball, of course. And because of that, you are going to have some trouble that you won't have with the bigger characters, because it seems that the amount of space between the character and the health bar is about equal in all of the other characters, but in Rammus it's a lot smaller, so it's probably dependent on the height of the character. Teemo should have that as well. And here you can see the ball, but it's the eye, but it's really hidden behind everything and behind all of the other useless information. So like the Sunfire Cape gives you some animation, and really that's useless, because why do you need to know that? Why do you need to know that someone has a Sunfire Cape? Because then, if you show that, you also need to show people that someone has a Sheen, for example, or that someone has Zeal. But yeah, well.